Hello, welcome to OMAT. So glad you're here because we're going to get into it. The 8 essential exercises as usual, as it becomes usual. Very nice. But first, let's talk about work-life balance. I hear it all the time. And what I thought it was, okay, I put in my 8 hours of work. Now I'm going to put in my 8 hours of life. I am equally balanced, but I think it's just not that black and white. I think that there's work and sometimes there's the side hustle and there's spending time with family, there's spending time alone, there's working out, there's resting, there's all of this stuff that I don't know if it could fully exactly balance in one day. I think it's more like, hey, sometimes I like to spend a large amount of time on work so I can really get into a project. Sometimes I like to spend a lot of time in a book on a beach doing absolutely nothing. So I can't feel guilty about the lopsidedness from moment to moment. What I have to do, I think, is notice. So by noticing, I'm staying conscious. It's more like the balance of, I think I need a nap, or I think I need to spend more time on that project. Getting to know myself and noticing and staying conscious, I could see what I need, which means I could see faster what my options are and what decision I could make. So that's what we're noticing. So right now we're going to notice the present moment. The more I notice the present moment, the more I understand what I need right now. Right now, I need to relax. I need to slow down. I need to get into these practices. I want to practice being this person. What kind of person? A person who gives gratitude. Yes, I want to practice being a person giving gratitude. Let's practice together. Let's look for any kind of gratitude just for today, right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding water. Maybe in your head something's going on like, why do I have to practice gratitude? Not everybody's practicing gratitude. Why do I have to be the one? Well, for me, it's because I live with me all day and I don't want to live with someone who doesn't have gratitude. That's why. Let's keep going. Let's go into our meditation where, okay, so I do live with me all day. So I want to make sure I have control of who that person is. So part of my practicing control is stopping the thoughts that I'm thinking about, having control over being able to stop it, and starting a thought that I do want to think about. I want to think, hey, relax on every exhale. I want to think, where's my breath going? These are things that I want to do. Let's see if I could practice doing them so that when I want to do something else, I have that practice. Let's sit in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, and breathe. As we come back, let's find our water. Sometimes my 1 minute of meditation practice is a practice of being still. Why? Because if I have the practice of being still, that means I have the practice of deciding things in my own brain, which means I can practice moving when I need to move, writing when I need to write. Let's practice that. Right now, I need to write. If you have that same thought, be willing to write. That means when I have the thought, I can take action. I can find the decision a little bit faster. Let's make the decision to write and write right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding water. If you wanted to keep writing, you can keep writing. This is your life. But if you want to practice making the decision of doing things I don't want to do, but I find it necessary to do in order to move along, let's practice that by doing our yoga, setting our writing down and moving into yoga. Practice transitioning and stand if you can stand. We're going to do a sun salutation or any movements from it, any stretches. Start by inhaling your arms up. Reach up, look up. You already could feel a difference in your body. I do, because my arms don't just stay up there. I have to be conscious of it. Let's fold forward. And as we're making decisions about where our body is going, we can keep making decisions all day. Halfway lift, flat back. Let's get into a high plank. Plant your palms down, step your feet back. Look at all that strength to get there. Lower all the way down to the ground. Once you get down to the ground, push your palms, your chest comes up, head comes up, look up. And let's meet in a down dog. Hips up into an upside down V. You're facing your thighs here. And let's walk our feet forward towards our hands. And we can hang over our feet for a few seconds if we want before we roll up. And then meeting the palms above the head and exhaling them down to the center of the chest. I like to hold it here at the end just to kind of collect my thoughts while collecting my body, having some water, and already having some credit. If you are able to stand up and made the decision to stand up and stretch, great. If you just raised your arm up like, hey, that's a stretch, it is a stretch. These are all decisions that we're moving into. Let's keep going. Let's move into the decision of plank. How do you do that? We're going to practice how to make decisions here. I'm willing to. I'm able to in this way. I am going to. I'm in that ready position. Mind and body, we're going to work together, generating that energy. We're going in 3, 2, 1, up in plank. And take that countdown to say, here's where I'm taking action. 3, 2, 1, action. And now we're in that pose for 10 seconds already. Great job. Now, if the countdown doesn't get to you, you're not up in that plank pose, find out what does. In that plank pose, we're in for 20 seconds. Decide that you're getting up there for just 1 second and then make more decisions. So break down the decision into something small, 30 seconds. And that's what we're doing while we're up there. As I'm up there, I'm making small decisions. I'm strong enough to stay here. I'm willing to stay here for 20 more seconds. I've got this. I know that I want to come down off my plank, but today is the day that I stay just a second longer. And for 10 seconds, I prove to myself that if I'm not hurting myself, I can stay up here for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Come down off your plank, catch your breath. Maybe hold it there off your plank for a couple of seconds, a couple of breaths. Maybe stretching your way back to find your water. And find the thought of what did you need to get into that plank pose. That might be what you need to get into your work, to get into your rest. That thought process, that language that we're using. And then we just leave it. Let's keep going. Let's break procrastination. Do you want to be a more organized person? What's the tiniest thing you can do towards that today? Whatever your goal is, let's, in this minute, practice breaking it down to something manageable. Let's get going. Take on a task right now. Let's wrap for now. Finding the water. Did you do a terrible job during that procrastination? Good. Now you get to practice moving forward anyway. Let's keep going into our connection. Let someone know you're a little lost. You're not sure what to do. Let someone know you did a plank today. Let someone know you're thinking about them. Let yourself know who you're thinking about, who you can connect with by looking for some connection in this minute. Let's wrap for now. Find the water. I could see how this exercise might be a little bit scary because it might just help me notice I don't know who to connect with. I don't know if I have anyone to connect with. That's all right. I don't have to do anything about it right now. Just noticing is plenty. Let's keep going. Let's go into our final exercise here of aerobics. Shake it out, dance it out, walk it out, let it out. Let's go. In 3, 2, 1, and we're moving around. We are exercising this gift of a body that is loaned to us. Let's move it around, exercise it. That's 10 seconds. Now, your first 10 seconds, you might be easing into it. Can you put a little more energy into it? Or you might start with a lot of energy. Can you keep that energy going? You're in for 20 seconds. Let's take the pain off our face if we don't need it. Relax the jaw. If you need the pain, go ahead and have it. Grunt your way through these 30 seconds. We're more than halfway done. How does it feel to be more than halfway done? Does it come with a feeling? Or can you generate a little bit more energy for 20 seconds? Can you do this second half with all the energy you have without hurting yourself, finding a way to keep going for 10 more seconds? This is the countdown. Let's finish this exercise as strong as our body and mind will allow us for today for 3, 2, 1, and you're done. Great job. How do I know? Showing up is really half of it. If you did half of the exercise, a quarter of the exercise, a little bit of all of them, congratulations. Thanks for taking OMAT today.